guys, this is kind of like a chit chat little vlog here. Okay. I went to fall weekend last weekend, which y'all seen my pack with me, and we were not allowed to have our phones there, so I'm giving you guys like a little recap of the whole weekend. So let's start from the beginning. First off, we were meeting at the high school in the town I live in, and me personally, I've never been to the high school before because I'm homeschooled. So I got lost and had to call my friend to tell a leader that I don't know where I'm going, because they were just like, meet at the central, and I'm like, I'm homeschooled, what does that even mean? So eventually I found it after like 30 minutes, but then we get into the bus. Okay, it is so hot in the bus. Okay, we travel like an hour and then we stop for dinner and we got Chick-fil-A, so that was good. And then we get to camp at like, it was like I want to say it was like 7, and we were the first group of people there, so we were playing basketball and all this other stuff, and then people started showing up, and the camp is huge and it's really nice. It's like a resort, and I'm like a huge Gaga Ball person, which I'll put pictures in at the end of this video, but like my cabin leader was like, she isn't it supposed to be like, you know, you're supposed to help people go. I said, no, it's every man for themselves. Okay, she's like, oh, you play it like serious. I'm like, yeah, like I don't think she understood like how serious, because then I got in there and she was like, oh my god, she's a beast. And I was like, yeah. Anyway, then we had club, and then they brought like pizza for everybody that first night, and I can't eat pizza, so I just kind of ate my own food. Back in our dorms we had cabin time, and then after cabin time we stayed up until like it was 2, and then we were up again by 6:30 because we wanted to get coffee, and the coffee shop closed at like 8 for breakfast, and the line was going to be super long. So stayed up till 2, got up at 6, got ready, went and got coffee, stood in line for 30 minutes. Okay. Then after we got coffee, we had, what did we do? Oh, we had breakfast. Okay, duh. So we had breakfast, and then after breakfast we had our morning club and devotion time, and then after that we went back to our cabins and had our like cabin time, which is where our leader gathers all of us together and we talk about what we just learned about, and then and then we just had free time after that, and then we had lunch, and then after lunch we had games, and our games, one of them was, I didn't do the other games. One of them was like a dodgeball game where you had to run out and get the ball and like put it in a trash can really fast for your team, but I took pictures for that one and didn't play it. And then for the other game, it was like all the men had to sit in a circle and all the girls had to try to pull them apart. Okay, let's just say I got some of the strongest people from my young life. Okay, it was hard, but I did it. See, I'm one of those people that's like so competitive, so it's okay. But that happened, and then we went to the gym for a little bit, and then we had dinner, and then we had our nightclub and Bible study time. Okay, I want to say one thing in case she sees this video. I did lead a friend to Christ, and I'm so proud of her for accepting it. We had like our 10-minute quiet time. Like they did things different that night, because since it was the last night, we had 10 minutes of quiet time outside to where you just look up at the stars, you could pray, whatsoever. I heard her crying, so I went up to her and I was like, hey girl, what's going on? And then we ended up getting our leader, and she accepted Jesus as the next day. So that was really cool. And then I'm so proud of her. And then that night we stayed up until 1, and then we got back up by 7 the next day because it was daylight savings. So we stayed in until 7 the next day, and then we had, okay, so then we cleaned up our room, we packed everything, we cleaned it, we put all of our bags outside, and then we still had an hour until breakfast. So then I was like, you know, the Gaga pit is calling my name, so of course I'm gonna go play it. So I'm over at the Gaga pit. Okay, I dominate in the first game. Okay, I have asthma, by the way, but I dominate in the first game. Okay, I cut my hand right here. I got the Gaga knuckles. Okay, There is definitely a lot of blood, and it would not stop bleeding for at least 30 minutes, and I had no clue why. But that happened, and then my friend was there. She was like watching play, and she played around too. And then like by the end of the second game, I could not control my breathing like at all. Like it was just going, going, going. I could not catch my breath. So I took my emergency inhaler, and I ended up realizing that that one was out of date, so it wasn't really gonna do anything. So I went and got my other one and took that, and I was still like not able to catch my breath at all. So then directly after that, I was like, okay, we need to go find our leader, because both of my cabin leaders are nurses. So I was like, okay, I just need to get to one of them at least. Okay, because I do have a history of passing out from my asthma. So I was like, I just need to get to one of them at least. So I got to my leader. I laid on the ground, and she checked my pulse. It was really high. And she was like, if it's still this high in like a minute, then we will go and we will get the other leader. So I was like, okay. So I put my feet up to try to slow it down and like all this other stuff, and she checked it again, and it was still like really high. So she was like, okay, I'll be right back. You just try to breathe. I'm going to go get the other leader. And I was like, okay. So I'm laying there on the ground, and she went inside, and my other leaders, they were just like right in there at the door. So my friend stayed with me. She was like, just stay awake. And I was like, it does not work like that. As much as I would love for it to work like that, it does not work like that. So right as my leaders are coming out of the doors, there's this male EMT nurse type of guy, and I think at this point it's kind of like iffy, but like I feel like I was going like in and out, like what happened last time this happened to me. Like I was like that. So but all I remember next is this man grabbing my wrist to like check my pulse, and he didn't like warn me or anything. He just grabbed it, and I was stuck. Like I said, my cabin leaders are coming out the door. I'm going in and out, and I just looked at him and I said, consent. Okay, because like your girl was a little delusional. And my cabin leaders were not expecting that to come out of my mouth, I don't think, but it's okay. And then we were like, he's like, okay, we're gonna try to sit you up. And I was like, okay, I can try sitting up. So I sat up. Okay, I got really dizzy when I sat up. But my inhaler, it makes my body, it tells my muscles to like relax, because I did ask my cabin leaders about this. It tells my muscles to relax throughout my whole body. So he was like, okay, we're gonna stand you up and try to get you inside where it is warmer. So then I stood up, and I have my friend holding my bag and my arm, and then I have my other leader in front of me, and then I have him like behind me, and he's like, if you need to sit down, then my knee will like be in between your legs. And I was kind of just like I see the thought, it's being nice, but like it's kind of weird at the same time. So then we get inside, I sit down for like another 10 minutes, and then the breakfast bell had rung, so we're like, okay, we need to go get you something to eat and drink, and I was like, okay. So at the time, he had backed off a little bit, and he just like followed us up there, to make sure that I was okay, and he wanted to go get the other camp nurse to like make sure, and he wanted to get me a band-aid and stuff for my hand, which was very nice. And then we get up there, and I kid you not, my friend was still holding my stuff, and my leader was like holding the back of my shirt just in case, because my legs felt like jello, because my inhaler does tell my body to relax all of its muscles. So my legs felt like jello, like they could give out at any moment. My body just felt so weak. So then we just sat up there, we ate breakfast, and then we took our camp picture together. Okay, at the camp picture, I was in the front row, and they were like, you need to bend your legs a little bit so the people behind can see. And I was like, if I bend my legs, I'm going down, okay? My legs feel like jello right now. So if I'm going down, y'all are gonna have to help me back up. So we took the camp picture, and then we had our last club of the whole weekend, and then we just had the bus ride home, and that was really it. But it was so much fun. My leaders are so nice, and I would totally go again, but I am a senior, and my last time will be during the summer, and I cannot go to fall weekend. But it's okay, it was so much fun for my first and last year doing it. But I highly recommend, if you have a Young Life near you, go to it, do the club, do the, my lord, I forget what they call the other Monday nights sometimes. Do the little Bible study nights, do the club nights, go on the trips. It's so much fun. You will not regret it. You're gonna make some really great friends there, and you can get really close with the leaders, and you always have somebody who will be there for you and talk to you. But highly recommend it, and we'll see you guys in the next one.